Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Russell, and today, wow, this book, Goosebumps number 43 in the original series, The Beast from the East. Oh man, I love this book so much. I was here for it all, every second of it, every page of it, every word of it, all of it. I was here for it. So, let's discuss. So, The Beast from the East, book number 43 in R.L. Stine's original Goosebumps series, of course. And this book is one of the later books in the original series. It's just been one of those books a little while ago that when I was first starting to get into Goosebumps that I just never really wanted to pick up for some reason. I mean, maybe it was the cover. I love the cover now. It's nowadays one of my favorite Goosebumps covers of all time. It's just so colorful. It's so wacky. This book plays out kind of like a fantasy forest adventure, action adventure type story. I was here for it all. It wasn't as suspenseful as I thought it would be, and it wasn't even scary at all. It was just fun. That's all it was just so much fun. So, the plot of this book. This is also a first printing of the book, for first printing copy of the book that I got off of Amazon for a pretty cheap price, like $5 or something. And let me tell you, it's in beautiful condition. There is very, very minor wear on this copy here on the covers. I still have Scotch 845 book tape all over it too. Just because, you know, I just did it anyways because it's a first printing edition copy of this book. And it had a reprint. I just didn't pick it up anyways. I just picked up the first printing, the only first printing copy that I had on Amazon at the time before my 2026 California trip, but I didn't get the chance to read it then, so I just read it after. And yeah, it was so great. It's in beautiful condition. Again, you got the raised lettering. I love the color scheme, pretty much. Yeah, it's just really great. The pages are a bit more browner, but, you know, nothing to complain about. Still really nice looking. Yeah, so The Beast from the East. Where was I? So the plot of this book, I think that was where I was going to start talking about, was the plot of this book. So you have Ginger, Walt, and her two twin brothers, identical twin brothers, Nat and Pat. Nat and Pat. And then the three of them are going camping. They're just going on a kind of a big camping trip with their parents. So yeah, a little family of 5, like my family. I'm the middle child. So you have those 5, they're going on this little camping trip out in the woods, and like, I think only a few pages into the beginning, the very beginning of the book, of like the camping trip too, they get lost. I can't remember what they were doing to get themselves lost. I think they were getting firewood. Yeah, I think that was it. They were getting firewood. I think they were set on a task to get firewood, but they just never were able to make it back to camp. And then they just started wandering and wandering and wandering, trying to find their way back to the camp. And then they stumble upon this really weird part of the woods, the forest, if you will, with like just colored bushes, like actual like yellow bushes, just as it mentions on the back here of the book too. Yellow bushes, humongous trees, weird bushes, yeah, weird colored bushes, weird colored grass, just all of it's so weird. Just like a fantasy type forest, if you will. And then they just don't know what's going on. They don't really think it's a trick, which is kind of interesting. I thought they'd think that it was just all a trick played by their parents or something. But then, I think a little bit into when they're just trying to find their way back to camp, they stumble upon these beasts. Yes, these furry blue beast creatures, which just call themselves the Beasts. You know, they don't have any other particular names. It's just the Beasts. That's what they call themselves. And even weirder, they can actually talk in English. And they do talk in English in this book, and that's pretty interesting. I think they also mentioned that they speak in several other different languages, which is just also pretty wacky for animals. But I'm so glad I picked up this book. I'm so glad I have such a beautiful copy of this book with tape on it too. That's even better, in my opinion. Also, it has like this kind of weird sticker on the back here covering the barcode. I don't know what that is about. It just looks kind of weird to me. And it also has this little splat thing on it called Watch Goosebumps on Fox TV. I don't think I have that on any of my other first edition, first printing Goosebumps book copies. I think this is the only one that has that. But I was so here for all this. I think the other first edition, first printing Goosebumps book copy, or book, I think it was called How I Got My Shrunken Head, book number 39. That book I also brought to my California trip a little while ago and was able to read that one. But yeah, that one was just unfortunately kind of a middle of the road, sort of below average book for me. I just didn't really like that one that much as I thought. And that book had a great jungle setting to it that I'm pretty sure a lot of other Goosebumps books just don't have. Same with this book. Well, this book has a forest woods setting to it instead of the jungle setting, and I can't really pick which one I like more. Probably the forest setting a little bit more in this book over the jungle setting in How I Got My Shrunken Head, which is already back here somewhere. And that first edition, first printed copy, I'll show it to you real quick. Yeah, it's not in as good as condition as Beast from the East, but I bought these two at the same time on Amazon. Yeah, I just wasn't here for this one as much. It's a shorter book too, but nah, I didn't care for this one. Let's go ahead and put that back there. Okay. So the Beast from the East. So yeah, they stumble upon the Beast, they can talk, and then they force the three of them. Well, I think actually Pat, he's like the youngest, I think? I don't remember. I don't remember if the twins were like born at the exact same time or if one is older than the other. I don't remember. Even though I read this book, finished reading it yesterday, and I still can't remember the most of it, but I can remember a little bit, you know. Quite a bit. Yeah, the Beasts force the two of them so far, which Nat and Pat, because Pat eventually gets lost. I can't remember. I think he was either trying to get help or something, but he gets lost. You don't see him again for a lot of the book until he comes back near the very, very ending, and the book explains that all he was doing was just trying to search the entire forest for those two the entire time. So, yeah, all before that, Nat and Ginger are all alone, facing the Beast to force them to play a bizarre game of tag. And I love that so much. I like the setting a lot more. It felt so weird in this book. But I love the setting, the atmosphere a lot more in this book than the overall game of tag itself. Yeah, it was just so much fun. This book is probably one of the most, if not the most, least scariest Goosebumps books I've ever read. When I was finished reading it, I just kind of kept thinking, like, this shouldn't have been a Goosebumps book. It should have been, like, something else, like Hardy Boys or something. Just, like, it should have been a book included in a not scary mysteries book series, because this book was not scary at all. It was just fun. Unlike the last Goosebumps book I reviewed, which was The Girl Who Cried Monster, that one wasn't even scary either, but that one was so suspenseful. And yeah, that book and this one, I'm going to tell you guys right now, that book and this book, book number 9 and book number 43, are probably, as of now, going to be my top, that one's probably going to be my top 2 or 3 favorite Goosebumps books, whatever, of all time, and this one's probably also going to be my top second or third favorite Goosebumps book of all time too. But I think I like this one just a little bit more. It's so hard to decide. I may go for The Girl Who Cried Monster over this one a little bit more. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to do a little more thinking. But I love this book so much. It is just amazing, and that's all I'm going to tell you about the plot. The twist ending was not quite satisfying, I'm going to tell you that. It felt like there really wasn't even a twist ending to this book. Kind of like The Girl Who Cried Monster. Even though that one did have kind of one, this one just, it kind of felt like so thrown in there at random. It was just there. Kind of like The Girl Who Cried Monster. I just didn't really like that twist ending, and I just didn't really like this twist ending in this book either. But everything else leading up to the twist ending in this book and that book, perfect. Top of the line. I'd probably rank this book, let's see here, probably a 9. Probably a 9. Oh, if I can. Probably 9 or 9.5. 9.5 out of 10 stars. I know I think I ranked The Girl Who Cried Monster a little bit lower. I'll have to check my review again and see. But I love both of them. This book was great. So, thanks so much for watching my review video. Subscribe down below, and I'll see you again in my next videos. Take care.